Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Patio. This is AJ, and today we're going to be doing a 4K aluminum lattice guide. So this one's a pretty awesome video. I've been looking forward to making it a while. We did a 4K privacy fence earlier on this year, and this is kind of like the follow-up 4K lattice video. So as you can see, it's going to be a gabled lattice, 2 posts, 2x6 headers, 2x6 ridge posts, and that's kind of the hardware right there, and posts and beams that we're going to be using. So we squared off with a laser level on this one. I don't do that often. It worked though. I still prefer our regular method of just squaring off the house, or the 3-4-5 method, but that was a unique way that we went with this build. Those are the post brackets, so they're pretty heavy duty. On this post, we had to go on and off the concrete, but still, because those post brackets are so huge, we were able to still get a really strong footing there. And these are going to be for the 1 1/8 diameter plugs, so that we can screw our double header on the front together. So I had a 1-inch hole saw. We used a unibit to expand it to 1 1/8 the size of the cover, and we were able to run electrical through here. And that's the corner piece that's going to go for the front header. So the corner piece is pretty cool because you don't have to do any custom cuts to the 2x6 if you don't want to cover the outside edges. You can also cover the outside edges by notching the 2x6, but those corner posts are kind of helpful in not having to do any custom cuts on that corner. And that's the front header going on with those corner post pieces. And here we're just finding center. So we're gonna give ourselves a 2x6 ridge beam and screw it in on either side of that front 2x6. And here we're wiring in for the electrical. So I just used 14-2 gray wire throughout the build just because it's a lattice and water could get in there. There's about 3 sconces. One's going to be against the house and one on each of those posts. I really like the sconces they picked out. They got almost look like a frosted water, like frozen water. And that's jumping back into the build. That's our 2x4. That's actually going to be our support for the front and back of the lattice tubes. So we're going to put a U-channel on top of that and then run it long, and then a U-channel against the house, as you see we're installing right now. And that's us caulking the back of the U-channel. Just use some black silicone. There wasn't really any water dams there, so that should be enough between the drip edge to prevent any excess moisture. And that's us mounting the U-channel. So every lattice tube we had to cut the size that came in. That was one of the few things that took a little bit more time on the job, unwrapping and cutting those all. It was about 10 feet projection, I believe, on the build, and around 22 feet wide. So we're putting them in between the U-channels, so a zero edge appearance, and then we're putting a screw, 5/16 tech screw on the top for each one. And it's about 2-inch spacing, so it just gives you a little bit more shade coverage. I really like how this build came out. It was one of the more custom, and normally lattice tubes are facing parallel with the house. These ones being perpendicular really gave it an awesome feel. You go back there and it's really it goes well with the sun going up during the day and setting. It's just a really awesome vibe that they created in their backyard with this cover. I was glad to be a part of it. All these homes are pretty unique too. About 700 of them were built, I guess, in the Long Beach area, and they're all very custom, similar hip roof styles. So it just really blended with the home, and I'm glad we got the opportunity to build it. Yeah, I guess we're at that point where I just want to say thank you everybody for tuning in. If you want to see more videos like this, like, comment, subscribe below. This should give you a pretty good overall view if you're looking to build a 4K lattice and the different steps and kind of materials you can use. There's a lot of different other size options for the beams and lattice tubes and headers, but I really kind of like going with the 2x6 look. I really think it matches a lot of what's going on with the builds. And that's us just testing out the sconces, the porch lights. They really look cool. They got that daylight sensor so they can just leave it on. But the way it looks like it's on frosted glass, it's a really cool effect. So glad about that. I always porch lights are always like give and take, and these ones really did well. So Espresso color, 4K. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Everyday Patio out.